American professional golfer John Patrick Daly plays on the PGA Tour and the PGA Tour Champions. Long drives off the tee, an unconventional appearance, and an attitude, not to mention an unusually long backswing, inconsistent play, and crazy personal life are what garner the most attention about the golfer. Today, we'll discuss the star's aggressive battle against cancer, as well as other things relevant to him. First up, Daly states that death is not what he's afraid of. One of the most famous golfers in the world is John Daly, and for many reasons. The golf legend plays on the PGA Tour right now, but he wanted to join the LIV Golf League. But Greg Norman didn't want to play with him for some reason. A lot of young golfers have looked up to Daly. He once said that he had been going through a hard time in his life without telling anyone. Fans of Daly know him more for his colorful pants than for his game, but his smile has kept him moving forward all through his life. But Daly's smile can be deceiving. For a long time, the golfer kept huge health problems from his fans. In an interview with Golf Channel, he finally said what was wrong. Doctors told Daly that he had aggressive bladder cancer, he said. The golfer is well known for smoking a lot of cigarettes all day long, and he had no idea that it would hurt his health in such a way. He said that there's an 85% chance that the cancer will come back, so when he sees his doctor again in 3 months, they might have to cut it again. It was after he had a procedure to get rid of cancer in his body. "I'm not afraid of dying or anything," the golf star said. He was brave enough to say that he still works and lives his life, and that having this disease is a challenge he's ready to take on. Moving on, we look at his recovery timeline. John Daly told the public 2 years ago that he had been diagnosed with bladder cancer. Even though many people were worried about the 56-year-old, Daly stayed hopeful about his recovery. Bladder cancer happens when cells in the urinary bladder start to grow and change over time into tumors. This is the fourth most common type of cancer in men. Daly has been open about the fact that he drinks and smokes. Since cancer is more likely to happen to people who smoke, Daly was more likely to get cancer. Since Daly said he would retire in 2020, fans have been eagerly awaiting any news about his health. He was lucky that the disease was found early, and he had surgery to remove the cancer that same year. But Daly said that even though it was thought to be successful, the doctors think there's a chance that it could happen again. He also told us that his surgeon, Dr. Ball, did a great job, even though the tumor was big. Also, he has to see a doctor every 6 months, and he'll have to do this for the next 5 years. Even though the cancer was taken out, the famous golfer has to have checkups for the next 5 years. But John Daly is very sure that his illness is not dangerous right now. He and his son, John Daly II, won the 2021 PNC Championship. The two-time major winner's positive attitude has probably been one of the most important parts of his fight. We hope to see John Daly play golf more often. Next, it turns out gambling is another one of his struggles. John Daly's journey has not been easy. His life has been full of both good and bad times. Daly's been fighting cancer for quite some time. The professional golfer is fighting bladder cancer with all his strength, but Daly's had to make many changes to his life in order to deal with the problems caused by his condition. This includes the way he eats, drinks, and smokes. Daly also likes to play games of chance. He recently said how he felt about the same thing. Daly said that so far in his gambling career, he has lost a lot of money. The pro golfer talked about how gambling takes him to a whole different place. Daly also said gambling is the only thing that gets his adrenaline going like golf or whiskey did when he used to drink. He also said that playing slot machines are like a relaxing cross-country drive for him. He said that the noise in a casino doesn't bother him because he's in his zone. He sometimes loses track of time and then looks at the clock and sees that 10 or 15 hours have passed. Even though Long John has changed his life for the better so he can fight cancer, he's still addicted to gambling. Now, in other news, Daly spoke about his eating disorders. As everyone knows, John Daly is often called the wild thing. Over the years, Daly's way of life has probably lived up to his nickname. Daly's habits are known for making all of his coaches worry. Most of the time, people expect golfers to be more disciplined. Daly goes against what most people do, but his refusal to do what everyone else does is also hurting his health and well-being as a whole. Long John loves McDonald's in a way that no one can explain. His fans probably know that he likes the fast food place, but some people find it strange that Daly loves the food hub so much. The wild thing goes to McDonald's every day of the week. His usual order is 2 double cheeseburgers, a large order of fries, and a large diet soda. He also made fun of the fact that the winner of the Masters has to host the dinner, saying that if it were ever his turn, he wouldn't wear suits and ties and would instead take everyone to McDonald's. You can think of it as a dangerous obsession or a sincere liking and appreciation. Daly has been trying to deal with the fact that he drinks too much. He's also been changing his way of life and going on a diet, but the diet that he was told to follow is now bad for his health as a whole. He told everyone what a strict diet did to him. It turned him into an anorexic. He said he was scared of getting fat again. Adding to this, Daly is happy to hear from a family he helped back in the day. John Daly has probably had an impact on people both in and out of the golf world. His strange personality and unique style make him stand out from the crowd. But Daly's philanthropic way of life is much more interesting and admirable, so it was clear that he couldn't hold back his excitement when he heard something surprising from one of the people he had helped. In an interview from 2005, Daly talked about how happy he felt when he thought back to something he did in the past. It seems that America's underdog aided two young girls whose father, Tom Weaver, ended up dead in a big storm the week he won the PGA Championship in 1991. He gave them $30,000 so they could go to college. 14 years later, he heard from one of the girls, which probably made his heart happy. John said that he didn't even know their names and never checked up on them after the event. That's because he thought that talking about it with his family would make them remember sad things about it. So he was happy to hear, 14 years later, that the young girls had graduated and were going to medical school. Really, it makes a person happy to see someone they helped do well in life. Daly would have felt the same way. Lastly, his most recent injury came in a humorous manner. Before this week's PGA Tour Champions event, John Daly was asked to throw out the first pitch for the St. Louis Cardinals, the home team of the host city. He did so by walking to the mound, turning around while still in stride, and clocking 72 on the gun while wearing shorts and sandals at the age of 56. That's pretty cool. But if that didn't impress you, or you want to hear more, Daly has one more thing to say. He shot a 4 under 67 in the first round of the Ascension Charity Classic on Friday. Only 7 people were better than them, but Daly felt bad. Before the game, the reporter asked Daly if he was thinking about sitting out. He agreed with that. Basically, what happened was that he threw too hard and hurt his back when he was pitching. More specifically, he hurt his L2, which is near the pelvis, so Daly has been in pain. But he thinks he'll feel better soon if he drinks some water and rests. Before Daly left the Norwood Hills Country Club interview area, they had one last back and forth. The reporters asked him what he was going to do to keep himself busy after the game. In typical Daly style, he said he'd go to Hooters for some wings and a big pint of beer. That's a wrap for this video. Are you a Daly fan? What do you think of the star's positive outlook on life? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.